Welcome to Cost Saver Conversations. I'm Angela, and I ask the practical questions so you can quickly understand what matters. Today, I'm joined by Assad.
Hi, Angela. We are unpacking degree ROI simulator myths versus facts, what most students get wrong about university payback today, and tying it back to the wider cost saver ecosystem, including tools like Degree ROI Simulator so you can turn insights into action quickly.
Just a heads up before we dive in, we are your synthetic hosts. We are great with numbers, but as AI, we can sometimes be confidently wrong. Think of us as the digital versions of your most knowledgeable, slightly caffeinated friends.
Exactly. Treat this chat as a smart estimate only, not as professional financial guidance. Always check important details with official sources or a qualified expert before making any big decisions.
So, Assad, we're talking about something pretty massive today. I mean, choosing a university degree, it's not just picking what to study for a few years, is it?
Oh God, no. No, Angela, it's probably one of the biggest financial decisions most people make before they're even 20. We're talking 50,000 pounds, sometimes way more. Like, that's more than a lot of people's first mortgages.
50,000? Jesus. When you actually say it out loud like that,
Yeah, I know, right? And yet so many 18-year-olds they're signing up based on, gut feeling or what their parents expect or this vague idea that, oh, a degree is always worth it. They're basically signing a massive financial contract without reading any of the...
the small print, right?
Exactly.
Which is where I guess these ROI simulators come in to sort of cut through all that.
Well, yes and no. I mean, they can be incredibly useful, but, and this is a big but, loads of students completely misuse them, or they misread what the results actually mean, because they walk in with all these myths about what a degree automatically delivers.
Okay, so hit me with the biggest myth. What's the one that really...
The killer? It's this idea that every degree delivers a positive financial return. Like, you go to uni, get your degree, boom, you earn more money. End of story. And look, for many people that's true, but many isn't all. And that gap between those two words, that can literally cost you decades of financial stress.
Decades? Come on.
No, I'm serious. There's this Georgetown University report from 2022. About 11% of bachelor's programs in the U.S. actually produce a negative return on investment 10 years out. 28% for associate degrees. These graduates would have been better off financially if they'd never gone at all.
Wait, really? That's wild. I just always assumed university was, the smart financial move.
Everyone does. And it's not just America. The Institute for Fiscal Studies here has shown that some graduates, arts, humanities, certain social sciences, they're earning no more than non-graduates 5 years out. Once you factor in loan repayments, sometimes less. The subject matters, the institution matters, what career you go into matters. It's not just get a degree, any degree.
So these simulators aren't crystal balls then?
God, no. That's actually myth number 2. People treat them like they're getting this precise personal prediction, like it's a weather forecast for their specific future. But most simulators, they're using averages, medians. Your individual outcome can be completely different.
How different are we talking?
Okay, so the U.S. College Scorecard data shows 2 people from the same economics program, same uni, same graduation year, their salaries can differ by 40% or more within 5 years. 40%. Depends on the city, the sector, when they graduated relative to economic cycle.
That's mental. So I can't just type in English literature and get my future salary?
No, definitely not. You need to look at what assumptions are baked in. The good simulators let you adjust things. Starting salary, growth rate, loan terms. Run it optimistic, run it pessimistic. The gap between those, that tells you about risk.
Right, right. It's about understanding the range of possibilities, not getting one magic number.
Exactly. And then there's myth 3. People think the degree itself is the only thing that matters. They completely ignore the institution, where they'll work after, what they actually do post-graduation.
Oh, the institution matters that much?
Massively. Research shows it can matter as much as the subject. Graduates from really selective unis earn more. Partly the teaching and networking, sure, but also what economists call signaling. Employers see Oxford or Imperial, and they make assumptions about quality.
Mm-hmm.
Then geography, huge factor. A marketing grad who moves to London versus one who stays in, I don't know, rural Wales, completely different salary trajectories, even if they went to the same uni.
That makes total sense when you think about it. Plus, what you actually do after graduating, internships and all that?
Yes, the people who hustle, internships, networking, skills development, they see way stronger returns. Your degree is it's the starting line, not the finish.
So, what about the cost of not working while you're at uni? Does that get factored in?
Oh, that's myth 4. Opportunity cost doesn't matter. It's probably the most overlooked thing. You're not just paying tuition and living costs. You're giving up 3 or 4 years of actual earnings.
Like, how much though?
Well, if you could realistically earn, say, 22 grand a year straight from sixth form, 3 years of uni means you're down 66,000 pounds in foregone earnings before you even touch tuition fees or loan interest.
66,000 pounds? That's, that completely changes the calculation, doesn't it?
It really does. And then, sorry, I'm on a roll here. Myth 5. People think student loan terms are the same for everyone.
Oh, God, they're definitely not. Feels like they change every bloody year.
They basically do. Students before 2012, between 2012 and 2022, from 2023 onwards, all different plans, different interest rates, different thresholds, different write-off periods. Use the wrong plan in your calculation and you're completely off.
So, someone starting now is in a totally different boat than someone from 5 years ago?
Completely. Plan 5, that's from 2023, lower repayment threshold at 25 grand, and it's 40 years till write-off, not 30. More people repay in full, total cost is way higher. You have to check which plan you're on.
That's crucial. What about the whole it's not just about money thing?
Ah, myth 6. And look, this is where it gets complicated. A degree does deliver value beyond salary. Networks, personal development, confidence, doing something meaningful. These are real.
You can't really put a price on that stuff.
You can't. But, and here's the thing, people use that as an excuse to not do the maths at all. I'm not in it for the money, it's fine, but student debt is still real. Repayments still hit your take-home pay for decades. Financial stress still affects your mental health. So do the numbers first, understand what you're signing up for, then factor in the non-financial stuff.
That's fair. Make an informed choice, whatever it ends up being.
Exactly. Actually, we had this student, Sarah, from Leeds.
Oh,
Yeah, she was choosing between English Lit at a mid-ranking uni and a level 4 marketing apprenticeship. Used our simulator to compare. The degree, 45 grand in tuition, 3 years of lost earnings, probably 18 years to break even based on typical English Lit salaries.
18 years. Bloody hell.
I know. The apprenticeship, though, 18 grand first year, rising to 28 by year 3. No debt. By the time her mates graduated, she had 3 years experience, a qualification, 15 grand in savings. She went with the apprenticeship.
Wow. That really shows how the numbers can clarify things.
For her specific situation, absolutely. Doesn't mean English Lit is wrong for everyone, but for Sarah, the math was pretty clear.
So, if I'm a student about to use one of these simulators, what's the absolute key stuff I need to do?
Right, okay. First, research realistic starting salaries for your actual subject and intended career, not just graduate average. Use the Graduate Outcome Survey, sector-specific data.
Mm-hmm.
Second, know your loan plan. Plan 1, 2, or 5. Different rules massively affects the calculation. Third, include all your borrowing, maintenance loans, not just tuition.
Right.
Fourth, factor in opportunity cost. What would you earn without the degree? Fifth, and this is crucial, run multiple scenarios. Pessimistic salary, realistic, optimistic. See the range.
Makes sense.
Sixth, compare against alternatives. Apprenticeships, going straight to work, whatever. And then, honestly, revisit it after first year when you have a better sense of where you're heading career-wise.
That's brilliant. So basically, 20 minutes of proper analysis for a 50,000-pound decision.
When you put it like that, yeah, it's kind of a no-brainer, isn't it?
It really is.
And look, running the numbers doesn't lock you into anything. You can still follow your passion or whatever, but at least you'll know what you're signing up for financially. Does that make sense?
Perfect sense. I just wish someone had explained it this clearly when I was 18.
Tell me about it.
Honestly, though, this has been, it's been a bit of an eye-opener, Assad. I think a lot of people are going to find this really useful.
I hope so. It's such a massive decision, and people deserve to have all the facts.
Absolutely. Well, thank you. This has been incredibly helpful.
My pleasure, Angela, really.
Quick side note, this guide connects with other cost-saver blogs, especially free ways to slash your energy bills this winter, home insulation ROI, and how weather predictions can cut your energy bills.
Exactly, and reading those together gives you a fuller picture of safety, energy costs, and long-term affordability before you choose a postcode.
And if you want to apply this immediately, jump into tools like Degree ROI Simulator right after this episode.
Primary sources used here include Georgetown University's Center on Education and the Workforce College ROI Report 2022 and U.S. Department of Education College Scorecard Salary and Debt Data by Institution and Major, so you can verify the data yourself and stay evidence-led.
That wraps this cost-saver conversation with Angela and Assad. If this helped, share it with someone house hunting so they make safer and smarter money decisions.
Your next step is simple. Try the Degree ROI Simulator, then read free ways to slash your energy bills this winter and use both together before committing to a move.